way too early MVP picks. We're speculating. The Super Bowl just ended, but who cares? We're going to look forward to next season. Peyton, start us off. Who was your too early MVP pick?
I don't think this is a shocker to anybody that knows me personally. I went with Joe Burrow. I feel like this is the year. All right, injury prone. I know some of my friends are watching, and we were debating all day. Injury prone, this and it was a freak accident. Okay, stuff happens. This is the year. This is the year for him to go and solidify himself as top 2. Okay, because this guy over here still thinks, not throwing shade, but I kind of still thinks there's a debate for Josh Allen.
There is. There is no thinking. There is.
Just playing. Yeah, I feel like this is the year Joe Burrow can do it, and if he does this, and I'll actually wait for what I'm about to say to the next segment, but I feel like this is what Joe Burrow's year to do it.
Gotcha. Jenna, we'll go to you. What do you think?
Okay, so I'm going with Jalen Hurts because I honestly think there's quite a few guys that I could see being the way too early MVP. But I think if the Eagles' coaching changes have a positive effect, I could see Hurts getting back to where he was. He was one of the favorites going into late November. So if he's able to get back to that point, I think he's definitely a contender. I think it's about coaching and if he is able to get back to where he was.
I mean, yeah, they probably had one of the worst offensive coordinators. And you could blame that maybe on Sirianni or Brian Johnson in that last season. But there was clearly an inept play calling scheme there. They were not tailoring anything towards Jalen Hurts' playing style. Plus, he had that knee injury that was probably nagging him. So
exactly. I mean, I feel like he wasn't healthy for majority of the season. He wasn't 100%. So
I think it's wrong to say that Hurts' MVP candidacy is not anywhere near the top like it was going into last season. So I like that pick there, and then we'll get back to this side of the table. The little argument we had going on because I think we
so I'm just gonna finish the Homer arguments here. Josh Allen, I think he should have won it this year. I know that's a bit of a hot take, but I have the stats to back it up. I mean, he led the league in total touchdowns. He accounted for over 80% of the Bills' total touchdowns for the season. Lamar was only in the 50s range. He was PFF's #1 rated quarterback this season. And it just feels like he's going to win an MVP at some point, like he has to. I mean, he's probably the most physically gifted quarterback in the league, can chuck the deep ball, changed his mechanics a couple of years ago during the 2020 season. Now he's arguably one of the best. I'd say he's a 2A, 2B with Joe Burrow. I know you want to disagree, but that's where I have him. And he's Josh Allen, man. What more could you want? I mean, people want to argue that he didn't win it this year because of the seeding. Well, he was still the 2 seed.
And he still played great,
He still played great, yeah. I mean, going back, people say he throws too many interceptions. Brady, Manning, Breeze, Ben Roethlisberger, they all had more interceptions than Josh Allen did in their first 6 seasons. Gotcha. So I think the Josh Allen slander needs to stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
All right. I respect the takes. You guys are all going with your favorite teams represented. I respect it. Let's move on, though, to my pick. I'm not going with a New Orleans Saint. I'm going with a Houston Texan by the name of C.J. Stroud. I would love to pick Derek Carr, but I just simply don't believe. However, C.J. Stroud I do believe in. Obviously had a great rookie of the year for that matter, just crowned that on Friday, the NFL honors. But now this Texans team, $57 million in cap space. You get Tank Dell and Nico Collins both healthy to start the season. Everything's looking on the up and up. Plus, you got Bobby Slowick and Gerard Johnson coming back, the quarterback coach and offensive coordinator for the Houston Texans. What reason is there for him to go back down? Only thing really I'm seeing is him going up. And I think up for him is possibly an MVP candidacy next season. I could go with Mahomes. That's boring, though. I had to switch it up.
That's what
I think Mahomes is the favorite.
I like the Stroud pick.
So, you got to go with C.J. Stroud. That's what I'm representing. I thought about Herbert, but they just signed offensive coordinator by the name of Greg Roman, who I'm not a believer in. So that's why I'm going with C.J. Stroud. Just to switch it up a little bit, not go with the favorite team, not go with the favorite. We're going C.J. Stroud.